It's been more than a year since Amazon introduced the Echo Frames to the world, and this month, the connected glasses finally became widely available for purchase. For $250, you get hands-free access to Alexa wherever you go. Plus, you can also take calls, play music, and hear your notifications through the device's open-ear speakers, while still being aware of the sounds in your surroundings. To be clear though, that's pretty much all the Echo Frames do. There's no display or camera. Still, there's potential here, especially for people who already wear glasses and want to interact with their phone without touching it. Compared to most smart glasses I've tested, the Echo Frames are surprisingly comfortable. I sometimes forgot at the end of the day that I still had them on. Only the medium-large size I have is currently available for sale, and as someone with a fairly wide face, I like the fit. Despite having thicker arms that house components like speakers and mics, the frames didn't feel clunky. Devices like the Bose frames or Snap spectacles are simply not as well made or comfortable. If you don't like Amazon's squarish design here, or were hoping for more color options, you're out of luck. My review unit is in plain black, and there are just two other variants available, Tortoise and Horizon Blue, where the bottom half of the frames are blue and the top is black. Those looking for rounder frames or something more Warby Parker-like will have to wait till the company releases more styles. Under the Echo Frames' right arm sit buttons for volume control, a charging port, as well as what Amazon calls an action key. You can press this to access Alexa and double-click to mute the mics. Holding it down turns the frames on or off. There's also a touch-sensitive panel on the right side where you can swipe to hear details of a notification or tap to dismiss it, which is completely counterintuitive. And to make matters worse, it sometimes confused my swipe for a tap and dismissed a message that I actually wanted to hear. There's a tiny LED in the frame above the right lens that is only visible to the person wearing the glasses. When you say Alexa or press the action button, this lights up to signal that Alexa is listening, although it's a little hard to see. I have an Echo speaker at home, and one of my biggest concerns was that saying the hot word would trigger both devices. But usually when I was wearing the frames, Alexa only responded there. Alexa's as responsive here as it is on Echo speakers. That is to say, very responsive. Amazon's devices are consistently faster at waking up and doing what I ask than my Google speakers. Perhaps the best part though was that I no longer had to yell at my speaker from my kitchen, and I could speak at a normal volume to turn on the lights. And if you have ambient noise in the background, like music or running water, the frames can still hear you because it's right on your face. I also really like the fact that the Echo Frames allow you to listen to whatever you want on your phone without bothering others around you or putting on headphones. The open ear design does make it possible to hear what's in your surroundings while, say, Instagram stories play through the speakers. Like the Bose frames, Amazon's wearable uses a projection technique that beams sound into your ears so that, theoretically, no one around can hear what you're listening to. In reality though, this is only really effective at lower volumes and primarily with vocal content like a phone call or podcasts. Even at just 30% volume, my coworker could still hear G-Idol's "Oh My God" from 6 feet away. That said, I just wouldn't listen to music on the Echo Frames at all. Anything I played, including Taylor Swift's Willow, sounded hollow, had zero bass, and couldn't overpower the ambient noise of an Uber ride. Amazon offers a feature called Auto Volume that adjusts the frame's volume so you can hear your music over your surroundings. The problem is, this never seemed to work. Every now and then I'd see the volume slider appear on my phone screen, indicating that the frames were adjusting the levels. But the effect was never obvious, and in noisy environments I still struggled to hear sound from the speakers. Aside from acting as headphones for your music and calls, the frames also help you stay on top of your alerts by reading them to you throughout the day. But this was also problematic. During my first few days with it, every single notification that popped up on my phone would result in a ping and a description. That became even more irritating when, because of an active WhatsApp group chat, I was bombarded by non-stop alerts that quickly got annoying and distracting. Alexa also drove me nuts by announcing I had a message from Device Personalization Services every time a new song started on Spotify. This is partly due to the way Android handles notifications, and early Bluetooth-based wearables suffered from similar issues. But even after I tapped to dismiss the first two of such alerts, which Alexa says is supposed to keep you from hearing it again, I still kept getting pinged every time a song changed. You can turn on the VIP filter setting in the Alexa app to remedy this and choose what apps to hear from on the frames. But the selection of apps is pretty limited to start with, and the VIP filter simply doesn't block out notifications from apps that fell through the cracks. I only allowed WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, and Instagram through the filter, but an annoying, useless alert from apps that Amazon hadn't recognized before this, like Peacock, still got through. Amazon clearly still has a lot of work to do to improve how the frames handle notifications, but the company acknowledges that this isn't a mature product and says it's listening to feedback. Amazon also says the frames will last for 2 hours of mixed use on 80% volume and up to 4 hours of continuous playback. I generally left the volume at 50% or lower, and I got a day or more on a charge. I used the frames to chat with my friend for an hour before playing music for about 20 minutes at about 80% volume, and the battery dropped from 100% to 60%. Now, Amazon is far from the first company to make smart glasses. It's not even the first to try its hand at Bluetooth frames with embedded speakers. Bose even had the same name for its version, frames. Well, there are a few key differences. For one, since Bose's $200 frames are a pair of sunglasses, you're not going to wear them at night. Bose's device also doesn't have a touch panel, and its single button controls are fairly simplistic. I also found them clunky, tight, and quite uncomfortable after about an hour of wear. The company has since released newer sport models for about $50 more, but I haven't tried them and I can't tell you if they're more comfortable. Bose does offer better audio projection than Amazon though, and I only noticed sound leakage from the Bose frames at higher than 80% volume. Bose also gives you the option of using the Google Assistant or Siri, while Amazon obviously only supports Alexa. Despite some complaints, I'm surprised by how much I like the Echo frames. I found myself putting them on several times a day, even though I don't need glasses. They're great for when I want to hop on a call while still being able to listen out for a delivery person, or when I need Alexa to hear me over the music my Google speakers are blaring. If you actually need glasses, they might even be more useful. Amazon still needs to iron out some kinks, particularly with notification handling, but as long as you don't need high-quality audio and can live with annoying alerts for a while, the Echo frames are a surprisingly useful product. For in-depth reviews on wearables, laptops, smartphones, and more, make sure you subscribe to Engadget. And as always, thank you for watching.